Kehua has very complete facility and flexible supply chain to guarantee the strong delivery capacity. Our 3K to 20K inverters are the smallest and portable inverter. We can save the logistic and installation cost. If the inverter is over 30 kilograms, you will need 2 technicians to do the inverter installation for safety. That's a big extra cost. But you see, ours is less than 25 kilograms. For bulk purchase throughout the year, you will save a lot of containers, logistics, and storage expense. All inverters lower than 60 kVA, there is LCD screen and buttons. It's easier to check the status and fault on site. And it can do the setting and maintenance without extra cost, extra devices. The small and the medium-sized project customers like this kind of experience even more. Thanks to 32 years power electronic conversion technology accumulation, kehua inverter always have the top level efficiency, ensure high power generation benefits. With kehua White Solar Plus app, our dealers can help the end user to achieve the rapid customization for all kinds of settings remotely. Quick and easy. Do not have to go to site just because of a simple setting issue. And with kehua Energy Cloud platform, it's very efficient to do the grouping management. We can do the firmware online upgrade remotely, and we can save cost and time. For 30 kilowatt to 60 kilowatt inverter, the particular LCD fault wave record function can help us for rapid grid fault analysis. Kehua inverter have better grid adaptation with wider settable voltage range, and also the DRM function, we can do the rapid shutdown and the power generation response. Kehua inverter also integrate the power control function with voltage active power response, with the voltage reactive power response, and the frequency response to avoid forcing up the grid frequency and can generate more green power. Okay, here this is a conclusion for the key points. Our inverter have full cycle reliability, strong delivery capacity, smallest size in the industry, saving installation time and cost, and very high efficiency. And our cloud platform and the rapid for location, strong grid adaptation. All right, here are some application reference. The first one is the farmland of PV project in USA. The inverter is UL certified. The second one is the 2 megawatt PV project in Korea. The inverter is KS certified. And this is the 3-phase residential PV in Poland. The inverter adopts the newest grid standard we call EN 50549 instead of the old standard we call EN 50438. single-phase residential PV roof in Australia. It's very good looking inverter design, can integrate with all kinds of wall installation perfectly. Okay, this is a brief introduction of kehua string inverters. Well, after the string inverter presentation, I think we have already have an overall understanding of kehua inverters. Let's move on to the next part, the installation. Please let me play the installation video of our single-phase and three-phase inverters first three. It will take around 5 minutes. Alright, the video looks easy, right? Most people in this studio already have installation experience. Here, just let me add some supplementation tips during installation. Firstly, please make sure that each branch, positive and negative wires should be marked, especially for bigger capacity projects. It will help a lot for maintenance in the future. Second, before all positive and negative connectors are connected to the inverter, each string should be measured with the multimeter to ensure that the voltage and polarity should be correct and consistent. Please make sure that the voltage is in the right range, and also some margin should be left. Why? Because the temperature coefficient, the open circuit voltage and the MPPT voltage of PV string will change between summer day and winter day. Third, again, we have to use the multimeter to measure the resistance of the negative and positive poles to ground respectively. It should be mega ohm level or above. If the voltage is too low, if the value is too low, which means we have to check the cable insulation. 4. If there are some surplus DC terminals, the sealing plug should be recovered to the inverter to ensure the IP level. 5. If there are working power or working current at the DC side, please remember that do not disconnect the DC cable directly. It will cause the outfall. The AC side must be switched off firstly to isolate the grid power, and then you can switch off the DC. Okay, let's go to the next part. The display interface information and the setting demonstration. In order to give you a comprehensive understanding of the display content, let's go through the LCD contents with S mind firstly. Obviously, there are 5 main items: the rounding inverter, the power query, the record query, the system set. The system set with two kinds of set is user set or admin set, and a system inverter. For the rounding inverter, we can see there is power input, power output, and for AC side there's frequency, voltage, and current. For DC side there's PV voltage, PV current, and also the temperature. Here the temperature, please note that the temperature here, which means the inverter inner temperature, is only when it is over 80 degrees. Inverter will start derating. So if it is 50 or 70 degrees, this is normal situation. And normally when the environmental temperature is above 45 degrees, inverter will also start derating. The second one is the power query. Power query including the daily generation and also the total generation. And also the record query is including the current fault, the history fault records, and also the user logs, and also history grid records. Actually, the records here will show the fault code and the log codes. We can get a code in the illustration from the user manual or maintenance manual. Actually, the history grid means the grid connection and disconnection records. The next one is the system set. The system set here, we normally use the user password, which is 3031 000 1, and we can enter this system set. For system set, we can see that there are date and time setting and language setting, on and switch on, switch off setting, grid standard setting. For grid standard, we can see that there is a lot of different kind of grid codes, and normally we will do this kind of grid code setting for you before the shipment according to the order. And the next one is the power calibration. Power calibration normally is not used at customer side. And next one is engineer set. For engineer sets, I think the active and reactive power setting, the zero aspect control setting, the voltage and frequency protection range setting should be the most common practical settings. If you need, for example, if you need zero aspect control function, you will need to enable the counter current, and also need to set the counter current percentage. Later, I will give you some setting demonstration to help understanding. There are two kinds of system sets. We have just tell you. One is for user setting, one is for system setting. But for system sets, you have for admin setting, you will need special password which is generated from a serial number of inverter. And the last one is the system info. System info is including the model name, the serial number, the control version, but control version and HMI version is for the higher password level. All right, so after the overall introduction of LCD display contents, we will do some hands-on demonstration of several common settings. Please wait for a second. We need to switch the camera. Okay, now we've moved the camera in front of the inverter interface panel. We can see that there is LCD and two LEDs and two buttons. The green and flicker LED, normally it should be light during normal working situation. But now the flicker means the PV is connected, but there is no actual grid for grid-tied operation. So we can see that the other alarm fault LED is in red light, which means there is something wrong or abnormal, since the real grid is not connected. Okay, let me firstly introduce the LEDs and buttons. The green one, when it is on, which means the inverter is in grid-tied status. But when it is flicker, it means the PV power is normal, but inverter is not grid working. The red one, when it is on, which means there is alarm or fault, but now it's on, which means the grid is abnormal because it's not connected. When it is off, means there is no fault, no alarm. The ESC button. The ESC button, we can see you can short press or long press. For short press, the LCD will move the cursor upward or increase the setting value. Long press, the LCD will back to the previous menu or cancel the current command. The EMT button. You can also short press or long press. For short press, you can move the cursor downward or decrease the setting value. If you long press, the LCD will enter the submenu, or you can confirm the command. Now let's do several hands-on setting demonstration. Okay, the first one is we do the grid standard setting. We come to the system set, non-press. We enter the user password, 000 111. Okay, we find the grid standard, non-press. We can see there's Korea, India, or some other countries grid codes. We can select India one and non-press. And now we can go to another setting for power grid voltage or power range setting. We still enter the engineer set. We can see the over voltage protection non-press. It is now 110%. We set it to 115%. Success. Okay, actually there is protection point and also there is recover point. We can set the over voltage recover percentage is 110%. But when you do the setting, please make sure that the protection setting range should be wider than the recovery setting range. If not, it cannot be set successfully. Okay, the last one, I think somebody also will be interested about the export power control setting. Again, we should go to the system set, enter the user password, 000 111. The grid standard, and we can see there is the I/O switch setting. Okay, we see the counter current enter, which enable the counter current non-press. Succeed. And besides, we need to also go to the engineering set. Because we need to set the anti-current percentage, which means you can control the export power percentage. Counter current, enter. Now we can set a percentage. For example, it is 30%. 30%. Succeed. Okay, here is some demonstration for the common settings. Now let's move back the camera to the desk. All right, after the setting demonstration, let's move on. The next topic is about after-sales service. When the failure happened, if you need the service support, what should we do? We should provide or ask the end user to provide some necessary information. First one is, please provide the inverter model and serial number. Second, the AC and DC information which will be shown on the LCD running info menu. Third, please tell us the specific phenomenon and also the operation when a fault happened. Fourth, provide the inverter history events and also the current fault information. Also, if okay, You can measure the AC grid and PV AC voltage, PV voltage in case of the, especially in case of insulation failure. Please also supply the PV plus and PV minus point to Earth's impedance data. Except the inverter, the Wi-Fi and app monitoring is also a very common use part. For Wi-Fi configuration and app installation, we have prepared videos. If you need, please contact us. The Wi-Fi is offline. If the Wi-Fi is offline, please also check the Wi-Fi stick LED status. If it is on or it is off or it is flicker. After you get those above information, you can feedback the service demand to our email, service@kehua.com. Once again, service@kehua.com. Or you can contact the mobile number or our WeChat number +6 +86 1985 925 3059. Again, 86 195 925 3095. One 985 325 3059. During working hours, we will respond within 2 hours to arrange staff to help you to deal with the problem. And off work time, we will also try our best to respond in time. Okay, we come to the final part, the questions and answers. We've got some questions from some audience and partners. Here I will give you some quick answers for those questions. The first one is inverter fault warning and error code. Is there any fault description? My answer is yes. For 3K to 20K inverters, it will show the error codes, but there are this kind of codes and handling methods are explained in the user manual or the maintenance manual. And the error codes of single-phase inverters and three-phase inverters are different. Please remember that. Check the manual again. The second question. Does the inverter have monitoring for each string and each MPPT? Actually, the inverter above 30 kilowatt system, there is monitoring for the voltage and current and of each string. But for 3K to 20K, the inverter just monitors the MPPT current. Since each MPPT, the string input is just one or just maximum two. The question 3. Can the inverter increase or decrease the brightness of the LCD? Actually, the inverter above 30 kilowatt can have the bigger LCD display. It can adjust the LCD brightness according to the demand. But normally under the sunshine, it will have to be use your hands to shooting above the LCD to be a little more clear. The question 4. Why you don't make the Wi-Fi collector inside the inverter? The answer is actually building Wi-Fi will not be easier for the Wi-Fi configuration. And if the Wi-Fi collector is inside the inverter, the signal will be weak. And also, what's more, if there's something wrong, it's not easy to change the Wi-Fi collector. The question 5. Does the inverter must connect to ground? The answer is yes. But actually, if the inverter does not connect to ground from the inverter operating principle, it can keep working. But the inverter should be connected to ground for safety purpose. Question 6. How to design a PV string? Firstly, we have to know how many modules for one string, right? For this question, we need to check the inverter MPPT voltage range, especially the full load MPPT range from the user manual datasheet. Please make sure that the voltage is in the right range. And also, we have to leave some margin to cope with the temperature coefficient of VOC and the VMT of PV modules, PV strings. And secondly, we have to know what's the total PV capacity should be better. Actually, the PV capacity should be bigger than the inverter capacity normally. And if we choose what kind of appropriate DC-AC ratio, we have to according to the local conditions. For example, the solar irradiation, the inverter overload capacity, the modules cost, installation cost, etc. Question number 7. Whether the inverter MPPTs can be parallel. Yes, the inverter MPPT can be parallel, but the MPPT parallel function is mainly for testing purpose in the lab. Since you can connect only one DC source for all inputs sometimes in a lab. But for practical application, the two MPPT inputs should be connected separately. It will have better generation for each string. The question number 8. What should we do if there is an insulation fault? Actually, when there is an insulation fault, firstly, we have to disconnect the PV cable and the inverter. We use the multimeter to test each string's voltage and check the cable positive and negative impedance to ground. And it should be mega ohm level. If the impedance is too low, please check the cable and PV modules and find the fault point. And secondly, please check the inverter connector's impedance to ground. If the value is too low, check the inverter or change the inverter. The question number 9. What should we do if the grid voltage fault happens frequently? Grid voltage fault, which means this is caused by the grid voltage, which means sometimes it's caused because the grid voltage exceeds the inverter AC voltage range setting. Firstly, please check the AC cable connection or AC switch if the AC switch is normal, and also whether the connection terminal is tight. Secondly, please check the display voltage of operation information. Check the engineer setting, the grid code requirement, and also the voltage protection point. Whether the actual voltage is within the setting range of the inverter. And also we have to use the multimeter to measure and also verify the grid voltage value, if it is right or not. Based on this kind of inspection, you will, if you want, you can also change the voltage setting we have just shown you at a demonstration. The question 10. What should we do if inverter shows the meter connection abnormal? Okay, for this question, when the inverter shows the emitter connection abnormal, which means we have to check whether the communication connection between the inverter and the meter is correct or not. If the connection is wrong, we have to adjust the communication lines. There is a line A and line B. Secondly, we have to check whether the meter is faulty or not. If yes, we have to replace the meter. Third, please also check the meter if the meter is energized or not. If not, we have energized the meter. 4. If the inverter zero aspect control has been turned on, but the meter is not connected, the zero aspect control function should be turned off, because if you don't turn off, it will still show the alarm. If all above are normal, the inverter may be abnormal. So just call us or change your inverter. All right, dear everyone, that's all for today's live show. We hope that this kind of introduction will bring you a more comprehensive understanding of installation and solve your questions for the products, for the inverter products. You can also follow our kehua YouTube channel. We will put this video to this channel, and of course we will also bring you more and more comprehensive live sharing. Dear partners, we sincerely hope that you will be more and more successful in the sales and application of kehua string inverters. Let us look forward for the next meeting. Goodbye, everyone.
for agriculture and fishing industries, creating models of ecological agriculture. By installing PV power generators on water surfaces, agricultural greenhouses, and household rooftops, all spaces can be fully utilized to maximize agricultural yields. The features of Kehua central inverter are highly efficient power generation, lean intelligence, safe and reliable, cost savings. Household inverter, suitable for household rooftop power generator systems. PICC insurance, extreme weather operation, massive throughput, safe and reliable, aesthetically pleasing and low noise design. Smart management. APP Plus Cloud allows for intelligent management throughout the whole lifecycle so you can see the benefits.
Hello everyone, welcome to Kehua String Inverter Introduction Live Show. This is Jin, a technical manager of Kehua Overseas Division. I'm very glad to meet you here. Although we're far apart, but now the digital age still draws us close. Okay, after today's show, you're welcome to send questions to us by email. We will get back to you in time. Alright, today we will mainly talk about some down-to-earth practical application topics. So the main content will be, first, the string inverter series brief introduction. Second, the inverter installation and nodes. Third, the display interface information and setting demonstration. Fourth, the after-sales service request information feedback. And the final part is some questions from customer and the answers. Now, let's start the first topic. Let me bring you a product presentation of Kehua Smart String Inverters. Before the string inverter introduction, let me make a brief introduction of Kehua Company. Kehua was founded in 1988. We went public in 2010. Now, after 32 years development, our annual turnover is over $600 million US. Kehua have three major businesses: the data center, the critical power, and the renewable energy. But all of them are based on our power electronic power protection technology. We build a lot of data centers for big IT companies and financial companies, and also we do the investment for our own data center to ensure the sustainable growth and nowadays big data times. It's also helpful for our smart power strategy implementation. For critical power, as the representative of China Power Electronic Enterprise, we've been #1 Chinese UPS brand for 22 years. For renewable energy, solution, we can supply whole series inverters from big solar farm to small solar roof. We also supply energy storage system from generation side to demand side. We have #1 energy storage TCS installation in China. Okay, Since our three major businesses can share the technology from R&D and can share the strong supply chain and flexible supply chain, so the three businesses have a perfect fusion and support each other. We have a strong R&D team with over 1,000 people, 1,000 engineers. Our own labs are certified and recognized by TUV and UL. Kehua production system, we call KPS, integrates a variety of advanced management systems. We always proud to say that we have very excellent quality control for our products. Okay, let's come to the string inverter introduction part. The first is the introduction mainly include an overview of whole series string inverter, the benefits of the inverters, and also some application reference. Okay, this is the main part of Kehua string inverter family. The single-phase inverter 3K to 6K and the three-phase inverter from 5K to 20K. The bigger one from 30K to 60K. For 1500-volt solar system, we have 125 to 160 kilowatt and 250 kilowatt inverter. From residential roof to utility project, we always have the suitable power products for the application. In each of our target markets, we work with well-known certification institutes like TUV to make sure that the inverters can meet the standard requirements perfectly. Okay, the second part, the string inverter solutions. Kehua string inverters are always top-level efficiency and high quality to high quality for sustainable green power generation. The compact design can save the transportation cost, the storage cost, and the installation cost. And Kehua Design's smart monitoring platform brings you great convenience for the operation and maintenance. In the data sheet, we can see that it has very high efficiency and small size and lightweight. For 5 kilo to 20 kilo, 3-phase inverter is also the top level efficiency and high quality. The inverter also has compact design and very good looking design and also have the smart monitoring platform. The inverter efficiency we can see also is very high to 98.6% and it's only 25 kilograms. For higher capacity of C&I application inverter, the 99% efficiency, the maximum 4 MPPT for higher generation, the industrial grade design ensures high reliability, and a big LCD is easy for OEM. The data sheet, we can see it has 4 MPPT and very high efficiency. Okay, this is a very new product for the 1500 volt DC. It's as we call SPI 250. It's 250 kilowatt inverter. It's is the industry biggest string inverter, and it can make sure that high yield with 12 MPPTs and 99% efficiency. Realize low capex with big block design, support 2-in-1 and also wide connection. Can support PLC communication. And also it can ensure the safety and reliability with the fuse-free design, the AFCI, and also the extinguisher design. And also the IP66 and C5 anti-corrosion. For O&M, inverters have integrated IV curve and 9 SVG function. The inverter has 12 MPPT and 24 inputs, each MPPT with 2 inputs. And again, top level efficiency. This kind of utility scale inverter, there are more safety options and system integrated solutions. The next, full life cycle benefit. For our string inverter, we always adopt full life cycle design concept from factory to customer. The design, production, the transportation, installation, operation, and maintenance. We always concern what you're concerned about. And we have very good design and production. For R&D, we do all kinds of tests, including high temperature test, source spray test, vibration test, ESC test, EMC test, glucose test, reliability burn-in test, and so on. For production, we call the total quality management system, TQM system, and other top level production system guarantee the full process quality control. Kehua has very complete facility and flexible supply chain to guarantee the strong delivery capacity. Our 3K to 20K inverters are the smallest and portable inverter. We can save the logistic and installation cost. If the inverter is over 30 kilograms, you will need 2 technicians to do the inverter installation for safety. That's a big extra cost. But you see, ours is less than 25 kilograms. For bulk purchase throughout the year, you will save a lot of containers, logistics, and storage expense. All inverters lower than 60 kVA, there is LCD screen and buttons. It's easier to check the status and fault on site. And it can do the setting and maintenance without extra cost, extra devices. The small and the medium-sized project customers like this kind of experience even more. Thanks to 32 years power electronic conversion technology accumulation, kehua inverter always have the top level efficiency, ensure high power generation benefits. With kehua White Solar Plus app, our dealers can help the end user to achieve the rapid customization for all kinds of settings remotely, quick and easy. Do not have to go to site just because of a simple setting issue. And with kehua Energy Cloud platform, it's very efficient to do the grouping management. We can do the firmware online upgrade remotely, and we can save cost and time. For 30 kilowatt to 60 kilowatt inverter, the particular LCD fault wave record function can help us for rapid grid fault analysis. kehua inverter have better grid adaptation with wider settable voltage range, and also the DRM function. We can do the rapid shutdown and the power generation response. kehua inverter also integrate the power control function with voltage active power response, with the voltage reactive power response, and the frequency response to avoid forcing up the grid frequency and can generate more green power. Okay, here this is a conclusion for the key points. Our inverter have full cycle reliability, strong delivery capacity, smallest size in the industry, saving installation time and cost, and very high efficiency. And our cloud platform and the rapid for location, strong grid adaptation. All right, here are some application reference. The first one is the farmland of PV project in USA. The inverter is UL certified. The second one is the 2 megawatt PV project in Korea. The inverter is KS certified. And this is the 3-phase residential PV in Poland. The inverter adopts the newest grid standard we call EN 50549 instead of the old standard we call EN 50438. Single-phase residential PV roof in Australia. It's very good looking inverter design, can integrate with all kinds of wall installation perfectly. Okay, this is a brief introduction of kehua string inverters. Well, after the string inverter presentation, I think we have already have an overall understanding of kehua inverters. Let's move on to the next part, the installation. Please let me play the installation video of our single-phase and 3-phase inverters firstly.